Well, hey there. Welcome back to the People Gardener podcast. Happy to have you here this week. Okay, I confess, went down another AI rabbit hole. I'm becoming more and more comfortable. AI gave me the heebie-jeebie creepies for the longest time. And as I've been playing around with it, I have discovered that there's lots of ways that it can be practically really helpful in your business. And I ran across a prompt that just sent me down this rabbit hole. And what it was creating an AI powered board of directors that are based on actual human beings and their content that is available on the internet. So picture this. You have a board of directors that's available to you 24/7, 365 days a year. And you have personally curated this board from people that you listen to on podcast, whose work you actually go to. It could be live workshops. I'm thinking Tony Robbins, thinking like Grant Cardone, could be Simon Sinek. There's just so much information available out there. So you're going to curate this board based on content that aligns with your values, with your business, with your methodology, with how you want your business to run. And I would recommend throwing in an outlier as well. Somebody that you respect, but you often have very vigorous debates in front of your computer with what it is they're saying. It's not like you agree with them all the time. And we don't want to create a board where we just live in this echo chamber of sameness. We want competing viewpoints. We want to challenge. And the thing that I found so fascinating about this prompt was the person told ChatGPT, I have a problem and here's how I would like it discussed. And so each board member would be given the problem and then they would present. And she wanted them to be able to argue and debate. And she wanted ChatGPT to stop every once in a while just in case she wanted to interject. Because the reality is ChatGPT is going and searching all of the known data that is out there on this topic and is bringing it all in. And she didn't want it curated. She wanted to mimic a typical human board meeting where there's opposing views. And so she wanted to create this inside this chat. I was so intrigued because as small business owners, this could be invaluable for you. The key is going to be you taking the time to research the people that you want on your board, the ones that are important to you. Myself, I don't classify myself as a visionary. And I don't even classify myself really as creative, where my strength is in organizational, is in implementing. Tell me what it is that needs to be done and I'm your gal, I'll get it done, kind of thing. So for me, I want the visionary on my board. I want the creator, the creative inspiration on my board. Not sure what you might want or need on your board, but man, it could be incredibly powerful. You wake up at 3:00 in the morning because of a problem that has just persisted. It won't go away. And you say, okay, you get up and you get in here and you put the problem to your board and you let it do its thing. You could probably even just go back to bed and then come back in the morning and see, okay, what insights has the board been able to give me on this challenge? And my hope for you is that there's some nugget in there that is able to unlock yourself and you be able to move forward. This board isn't going to do your job for you. What they're going to be able to do is put some perspective around whatever challenge it is that you have. So, what are the kinds of people that could be on your board? Well, I should back up. I'll say, how many people? 6 to 10 members is probably where you want to live. You get more than that, and it could be pretty overwhelming. And again, it depends on your business. If you've got really specific departments and things that you want to be able to get information on, you might want to be up towards the 10. And if it's a more straightforward business model, you might be fine with the 6. So what are the kinds of people that you want on your board? I would recommend looking at yourself and saying, okay, I'm pretty good at this and this and this, but I really need help in this part of my skill set, this part of my world, and then start adding board directors for that. Add ones even for things that you feel that you're skilled at, because another perspective is always helpful. So you might need somebody for strategic planning. It could be the financial end of the equation that you need help with. It could be marketing, social media, right? What do I do with it? How do we get it done? What makes the most sense for us? Sales is huge, right? We don't have sales, we don't have businesses. So definitely have somebody on your board for that. Could be the production and efficiency, organizational type of thing. Copywriting, right? I'm not a copywriter, but I do know that I need to learn to write better copy. And that doesn't just mean things that go out into the internet, the world, even this podcast. It's copywriting inside an email. It could be in a text message. It could be you've got an autoresponder and it's the SMS autoresponder and it's like, yeah, no, everything that communicate is important. And don't forget the spiritual help, somebody that helps you to be rooted and grounded. So what's the benefit of a board? Well, I think one of the most important is that you have access to expertise instantly. Here's this board and they are available to you anytime. So doesn't matter if it's in the wee hours of the morning, over lunch, or in the evening. You can go to this board at any time and get feedback, try and find solutions, or just insight to things. It could be that you've got a new product that you're thinking of and you want to put it in there and say, okay, so what do y'all think? And get some feedback on that. I'm going to say relatively unbiased feedback, because ChatGPT is just simply taking information that somebody has already made publicly available and presenting it to you. I haven't worked with it enough to know whether or not things are being skewed one way or the other. Faster problem solving, absolutely. One of the neat things, especially if you're in the productivity end of things, is the standard operating procedures. Getting those all created for you when you're putting your, you say, okay, this is what we do, create an operating procedure, and then everybody can chime in on that. Financial modeling and forecasting. Yeah. And the neat thing is this board of directors is available to you, but you can choose to tell the AI saying, okay, we're dealing with finances today, so all I need is my financial board member to weigh in on this. So you can get really specific. I have come to the conclusion that the assumption must be AI can do it until AI tells me it can't. Because some of these prompts that I have been seeing, it's like, wow, it does that? Really? It can go there? So it's pretty wild. What are the kinds of things that you might want to bring to this board? Should I raise my prices this quarter? It's going to go out and it's going to get information and it's going to come back with an answer. And it's up to us to weigh and determine whether or not that answer is correct. Should I hire? Should I outsource? Here's the data, where we're at. Here's our capacity. We're over capacity. Do we need to add another person? Does it make sense financially to add another person? How can I reduce customer churn? How do I get my team more engaged? Make sure you have me on your board because I can help you with that. How can I make onboarding smoother? I've got that handled too. So there's so much help for you at your fingertips. Now, absolutely, it's going to take time. It's going to take energy. There will be a learning curve for you in order to put this board together. I'm working on mine. So who knows? Maybe I'll do another episode down the way about what it took to put this board together. One thing I do know is small business often does not have a board of directors. They don't have a group of experts to get feedback from. This is a way that you can have top industry people, specific people on your board. And don't be shy about kicking people off your board if you're not getting the feedback that aligns with your values and where it is you want your business to go. Have fun with this. Really, jump on it. And I would love to hear all about your new board of directors. So don't forget to message me on Instagram at The People Gardener or shoot me an email, Rhonda@rhondadelaney.com. That's it for this week. We'll talk to you again next week.